having us and taking your time out of your meeting to have us here. I'm Summer, I'm a sophomore. I swim on varsity on the Hudson Girls swim team.
My name is Melanie Zipko. I'm also a varsity swimmer, also a sophomore.
And we just wanted to run by the Hudson Swim and Dive Instagram proposal and kind of what we want, our plan, and kind of like the whole rundown.
Okay, our plan. So the plan we're proposing is to assume leadership over the Hudson Swim and Dive Instagram account. We're happy to work alongside you guys as the boosters and parents in order to achieve this goal. And as we are primarily interested in the Instagram account, the Facebook account would remain under whoever's kind of running it at the moment, assuming that would be parents or boosters. We've also talked to the coaches and captains about this already. We've been working on kind of this idea for the last year or so, and it's kind of just coming to fruition now, but it's been in the works. And we've also talked to the athletics director, Mr. Moen, about this, and he's kind of given us approval, and we're still working on having conversations with him about it, but he's a busy man, so we haven't gotten too far on that. So as a final step, being with the boosters and parents, we just ask you to consider our ideas and envision the future for this account that me and Summer are so passionate about growing. Okay, so our qualifications. So it's pretty untraditional as sophomores to be running this account, but me and Summer are very qualified and we're very excited about this idea and all that we can bring to the table. So first off, like with student and athlete pride, as HHS students, we feel a lot of pride for our school and the team that we have put so much effort into, and as I'm sure many of you put a lot of time and money and love and support into this. And we appreciate all you do as parents and boosters, but we know how time consuming it can be. And being a part of the team and being in practice every day and also on our phones a lot, we have kind of a lot of time and effort and passion to put into this that we just kind of believe we have a lot to give on this. And then also with that, we have a young perspective, and being a part of this younger generation that really uses social media and especially Instagram, we think that we can kind of gauge what's going to get a little bit more traction or what's going to appeal to our peers and what we can kind of get more engagement from. And then along with that personal and social media presence, just that we're on our phones a lot and it's pretty accessible for us. And then formal experience, so that's the official Facebook account of the Sean Verses Memorial Fund that me and my sister McKenna Zipko have been running for the last 2 years. And it's kind of, we've like helped the movement grow, and it's just similar things that we'd be posting on this account, other than it being, like obviously ours is about meets, but the Memorial Fund it's in the Bayfield Ashland area, and it's to support high school sports, and that's what all the fundraising is for, so it's very similar like content that we would be doing, and that has been a fun project to have and gain experience to something very similar.
Okay, so for like kind of what we're using the Instagram account and having more representation towards it is we kind of want to represent JV a little bit more. We noticed that on the Instagram account it's very varsity highlighted, which is like obviously varsity is the best swimmers on the team, but also JV is working just as hard as we are, and we kind of want to give them a little bit more representation as to like everything that they're doing at practice and like kind of showing more at meets, showing scores and times, and like kind of giving like almost personal shout outs to some, because that could be really meaningful to some girls on JV to kind of keeping motivation up. Next is bringing the team together, showing social media things like team time and showing meets and chants and cheers, which is already shown a lot, but we think that we could like extend it and we could really like really put a highlight on things like that and show, and it can also be kind of advertising for new freshmen on the team and for 8th graders next year who are in like swim and dive club, Mako, SCSC, who want to join the Hudson girls team and they want a good environment to be joining. Then more swimming appreciation and recognition, which is we don't really have a student section at swim meets, and not that we need one, but it would be really motivational to have one, and we could start getting more reposts on our Instagram posts, and people will want to come to our meets. And I've asked some of even my friends, and I'm like, oh, we have a meet on Thursday, do you guys want to come there to give a meet? Like, I didn't even know about that. And it's like, oh, it's already been posted on the Instagram, so like obviously the traction isn't getting around, people aren't seeing it. And I personally don't even see the Instagram on my own For You page on Instagram, so I think that kind of shows as a swimmer, and I follow it and I like the posts. So I think more recognition to the swim team, especially also fundraisers and getting more money for the boosters so we can all have nicer things and it can just be a better experience for everybody.
Okay, so just a little tangent, but me and Summer personally have been swimming competitively for the last 7 years, and we truly love this sport. This team has allowed for some of the most meaningful friendships in our lives and a sense of community that we haven't really found elsewhere. And then I'm sure many of you know, again, as parents, a lot of love and support has been poured into this team. And with that, we feel we have the opportunity for some well-deserved attention. And we just feel it's currently lacking, and I'm sure all of you are passionate about it as well. As swimmers on the team, we also believe we hold a valuable perspective, or in other words, the inside scoop. And we spend so much time together as teammates and with the girls. And we believe with these relationships that Summer and I can curate an account that will put everyone a little bit more at ease with kind of our image and the pictures being put out of them. And just, more in tune with our generation. And then in addition, me and Summer have a lot of gifts we believe that we can work into this account and kind of build on this project. I myself am definitely a perfectionist and am very hardworking, so I will give this project my utmost attention and care and just everything I can. Summer is very organized, and she is very much the creative type, so she would be doing a lot of the curation of posts and really the artsy effort, whatever. And so also keeping it up to date. Lastly, we envision this role lasting much longer than just our high school career, and we believe this account has a lot of untapped potential, and in turn, the ability to expand the team, whether that be by reaching new members of our community, participation in fundraising, and a resurgence and excitement for this sport.
So another thing we want to do is, I kind of already mentioned it, but boosting engagement on traction on the Instagram. I personally don't see it, and I know Mallory really doesn't see it on her feed either, and I will have to look it up and look at it to see it. And so we just kind of want to really also, if they're more aesthetic or aesthetically pleasing posts, I think more people will want to repost them and have other people want to see them, and then we can get more engagement, because if you repost something on Instagram, you can tap it and then go to the page, it, look at comments, and we can add things like that and have more followers, viewers, and just likes on posts, so then more people will see them. We can get more people at meets and post about fundraisers and things like that. That's kind of all for attention. Okay, so here are some example posts that I and Mal created. So we kind of just had these ideas. I don't know if you can tell that they're navy. I can't from up here, but here we kind of made one for the Subhouse fundraiser, posting for that, and the parent night meet that we were going to have, and we'd add more information, and also we're willing to have input, and obviously putting in Kim Klein's pictures because she has amazing photography, and we're willing to put those in, and using our team picture, good fonts, our team colors, and really just representing our team, and also making them, and also just making them, whatever.
Just hit back on the arrow.
And then, along this, so kind of talking with Mullen, and I visited the athletics office, and there happened to be a graduate student there who ran the girls lacrosse Instagram account, so it was kind of crazy timing. But anyway, these are accounts that are Instagram accounts specifically that are led by students and not just captains, ran by the team. So it would be volleyball, girls hockey, and then girls basketball. And as you can see, they have a lot of followers and everything. It's gained, they utilize features like stories and highlights and pinning posts and tagging people and link trees, and those are all things that we would be planning to incorporate.
Yeah, that's a team time post right there.
Yeah, and reels, and there's just a lot of things we believe we can add. And then other organizations that are student-led in the team with social media specifically is the Bleacher Creatures, the Student Council TikTok, and then the SAD TikTok. And those pop up on my For You page all the time. And when we say popping up on your For You page or the algorithm, that is honestly a lot to do with hashtags and interactions or if your friends interact with it, it's gonna pop up more. So that is how we would like build engagement, because like these features are just, they're like, you don't think it's that important, but that's kind of what you're actually gonna get to see.
Yeah.
That's all.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
So can I just ask a question or two? So are you intending this to be girls swim and dive Instagram or swim and dive
Yeah.
overall? And if so, then what does the boys season look like?
Okay, sorry, but now that you say that, there was another slide on here, I don't know where it went, but we had a little bit of
Go
like,
back and look for it.
okay, yeah. It's like, this is what it would look like, so where we go from here, and it would basically, I don't know where to find. It would be, so us obviously taking over like the Instagram account or assuming leadership, and then that would be as like the Hudson Dive swim account, and then, if that is something that we like kind of works out and that you guys support, then that would be great. Otherwise, if we could do like a trial run for the boys and girls season, so we just do it for this up until March or whenever the boys seasons end. Or we could do, also we're kind of talking through the option of what it would look like to create a separate account that is more of like, you guys would keep like the boosters account and it would be the Hudson Swim and Dive boosters, and I know that's what the bio says at the moment, and then we would create another one and it would just say ran by students or ran by the team, and our plan would be to include boys and girls in it, and we would love to be more involved in the boys season and whatever that looks like, but.
Yeah, I was more asking just like if you're willing
Yeah.
to continue doing that, or if you were intending it just for the
Enjoying
girls.
this, and I think that doing a boys season would be just as fun, and we get a totally new experience, like with a different team.
And thank you, by the way, that was a great presentation.
Yes.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I can tell you're passionate about it, and maybe for us, I guess are you looking for a decision tonight or soon, or, because I think we probably still have some questions, I mean, amongst the group. I guess, a couple of my comments that I wrote down while you were presenting, great presentation, thank you. There's a lot to lose if it does go wrong. We all know that, and you obviously have been trained on what to and not to post, so we have to mind that as well. How would you see passing it along to the younger swimmers? Like, are you going to do it? You're both sophomores, so maybe you carry it through junior, senior, but then how would you go about, okay, we're graduating, see ya. Like, how would you envision passing it along?
So specifically like the graduate that I like had a conversation with in the office, she said that she ran it into like college and that, and we've kind of had like captains come back to the captains practices or former captains, and they are kind of like not as much like remained a part of the team, but they still continue to come back, and we, if you would have us, would love to do that. Or we could go the route of training in underclassmen to do this, and we have like, we're friends with a few of the freshmen on the team, yeah, of course, and they're use social media a lot, and we would kind of go about, I mean, I'm sure we would just have conversations with them and ask them how they feel, and then go through the serious process of everything we're kind of learning about and talking with Moen, but I think that's, down the line.
I think also as the younger generations are growing, things are changing and like different things are trending, and training like a freshman in or training somebody like almost like a new sophomore or a new freshman when we're graduating can like totally change the account again, like change perspectives. It can like make it more trendier and like get it a bigger audience, obviously, because they're gonna have a different mind than us.
So when you did meet with Mr. Moen?
Yeah,
Okay.
I checked in with him, I like popped my head into his office and I said, hey, just so you know, we're sophomores, we're thinking about running this account, we've talked a little bit with the coaches, but we just wanted to make sure that this is something we're able to do before we continue to pursue it. And he said it's all good, you have to obviously get permission from your coaches and whatever, and if you are gonna create a separate account, you just have to make sure that if it says Hudson High School, that has to be ran by me and gone through this entire process, or if you don't want to do that, that's okay, but then it can't be to do with Hudson High School.
Yeah. Did he say anything about having passwords? Like, does he have to have those on record, or any of that, like some of the control being with the administration, or?
He said, didn't talk specifically with him about that just
Okay.
because it was so quick,
Yeah.
but I'm sure that would come a little bit like further down the line, but we
Okay.
know, I talked to, I know Addison Leach runs the girls volleyball, or I don't know if it's girls volleyball, but or like cross country, one of the sports she's in, but that was like a name that was mentioned and it said they can talk with her because she has kind of like security or whatever over the account.
Okay.
So for these other student-led accounts, are there administration or adult booster, someone else who helps monitor the content?
A sponsor maybe?
Yeah.
A lot of them, we can go back to the side, but it says ran by captains and boosters. So one says ran by captains and boosters, one says ran by the team. So we don't, know like super specifics about how that exchange works, but me and Summer personally would love to work alongside, Kim, I believe, who
Mhm.
runs it at the moment. And, yeah, we don't know too much about the logistics end of it, but we know that it is possible, so.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
Thank
yeah,
you.
this one says run by the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
So
thank
again, back to your question, do we need to, is that something that we can decide, or maybe we make time to meet and talk with Kim and make sure we have all the details from Mr. Moen, and then go forward from there?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Also, can't you link Facebook and Instagram so if you post in one place, it posts to the other? And
Yes, I
would
think
it be
so.
advantageous to, I know you said you only wanna run Instagram, and I understand that, but would it be advantageous to the Facebook community as well, that the posts are somewhat linked?
They are
They are
linked.
I think they can be.
Except
Yeah.
I don't think it goes from Instagram to
You
Facebook.
can
It goes
like, you
Facebook
could go
to
into like the
Instagram.
Facebook
Oh, you
account
can't go the
first.
other way.
I don't remember. I thought there was trouble going Instagram to Facebook.
I think so,
Facebook
yeah.
posts definitely go to Instagram, but I don't think Instagram posts go to
Okay,
Facebook.
so then if we're doing, if that's the case, then we may wanna discontinue that link so that we're not having duplicate posts. Like if you're putting together a nice post and then Facebook has one, it would be
Yeah.
redundant perhaps.
Mhm.
Well, you'd be able to see what gets posted on, if you post on Facebook, which is normally where she's only dipping her feet into Instagram, like just barely. And these girls obviously have way better idea. She just started doing like reels, and we're announcing like 10 different things to do, right? She would love to try and do other things,
Could
although
you
her time is very limited.
Have the Facebook account run by Kim and Joe, and these guys have the Instagram?
Well, what I'm saying is that whoever's posting on Facebook, like if Kim and Joe or whoever posts something on Facebook, that's seen on
Yeah,
Instagram, so you
this
wouldn't
would
have
be
to double
different.
up.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Completely different perspective.
I guess one of the big concerns or things that I would have is who has oversight,
Yeah.
because
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's why, can we have two?
Yeah, maybe that's one of the logistics. I kinda like that idea.
I like the two accounts,
Mhm.
because Facebook, like you guys said, when you talk to us, it's kind of more of our
Yeah.
generation
Yeah.
stuff that we
Yeah.
look at, and Instagram is more of these guys, and can we have two separate ones and name them student-led or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe another one?
Mhm.
We can discuss.
Okay, yeah, let's take a look at that. Okay, yeah.
Did you have
Nice
any
job, Russ.
questions
Thank
for
you.
us, for anyone? I mean, you presented a great presentation. Anything you wanted specific
I don't
questions?
think so. I think
Okay.
we're good.
Okay,
Thanks, girl.
all right,
Thank
good,
you.
thanks for coming.
Is there anything you want me to like, do you want me to like X out of the tab or anything?